I talk about it every episode, the homeless industrial complex. It's like not just the NGOs that are handing out fentanyl needles and crack pipes and tents and, kits to tie off your arm and all that shit. Not just those companies, but then there's that's one aspect of the homeless industrial complex that's getting massive taxpayer funding, paying their CEOs millions of dollars a year or hundreds of $200, $300, $400,000 a year to provide nothing. To provide, well, not nothing. They're providing all the instruments that a drug addict would need to perpetuate their drug addiction. Meanwhile, they're not going very hard on the actual drug dealers. So the city's providing all the paraphernalia and the places to do the drugs, and then they're allowing the drug dealers to operate with impunity. So they've created this horrible drug addiction incubator in cities like San Francisco. Well, that's one aspect of the homeless industrial complex. The other aspect is the affordable housing money laundering operation, which is it falls under the homeless industrial complex umbrella, because these companies get massive funding to build new high rises or take over hotels, and they're supposed to renovate them, and then nothing ever gets done. Or they build these high rises that are supposed to be for low income housing, and they're still going to be charging, $2,600 a month for bare bones apartments. And again, it's just giving money to companies that are going to overbid the whole project. It'll take 10 years to get built. The homeless problem will just get worse. They won't actually house homeless people. Here's another aspect of it. So this is from Wall Street Apes. So this California developer made $16 million in 10 days by selling a property to a homeless non-governmental organization using fake bank statements and fake credit lines. Mayor Karen Bass has had a big role in recommending this property, but has refused to answer any questions. State and Los Angeles city officials used $27.3 million in taxpayer funds to buy a property a developer purchased for $11.2 million 10 days earlier. That's a $16 million difference on a property held for 10 days. It's quite the impressive investment there. One man is arrested on money laundering. Okay. The money trail is clear. Here, let's just watch this video. It's like a minute 48.
This is one of the most explosive stories I've covered. State and LA city officials used taxpayer homelessness dollars to fund the purchase of a senior living facility in West LA for $27 million from someone who was buying it for just $11 million. The federal government is now investigating, and one person is already in custody. Here's how the scheme allegedly worked. Brentwood developer Stephen Taylor entered escrow to buy a 76-unit senior facility for $11.2 million in 2023, but he already had a contract to sell it to Weingart Center, a major homeless nonprofit, for $27.3 million. That's a $16 million profit on a property he held for roughly 10 days. Federal prosecutors allege Taylor used fake bank statements and bogus credit lines to secure his purchase loan. He told the lender he'd renovate the property himself, but he already planned to flip it. The appraisal Weingart submitted to the state contained inaccurate ownership information and didn't mention the pending sale. Taylor now faces 9 federal felony charges: bank fraud, identity theft, and money laundering. The money trail is clear. California Home Key provided $22+ million. The city of LA added approximately $5 million plus $15 million more for renovations, totaling $42+ million in taxpayer funds. Mayor Karen Bass' office had a big role in recommending this property, but has refused to answer questions. Weingart's CEO, Kevin Murray, a former state senator, was placed on leave during an internal investigation. This is part of a federal crackdown. The government launched a special task force investigating where $24 billion in California homeless funding has actually gone. Prosecutors say these arrests are just the beginning. Meanwhile, the Weingart Shelby project continues construction and is expected to open February 2026, over a year late, despite the ongoing federal investigation. This matters because taxpayers committed $42 million to this single project for a property that sold for $11 million. That's $31 million in overpayment on one deal. The question isn't just about this transaction, it's how many other deals look exactly like this. Federal investigators are examining everyone involved. What's your reaction? Should construction stop during the investigation? Tell me. And subscribe to stay informed on accountability stories that matter. This is one of
all these projects are like this. All of them. They're all giant money laundering operations. Every single one of them. And everybody that looks at this even slightly closely can see it. It's clear as day. The California government is full of criminals, and we can't do anything about it, it seems. I mean, Yeah, we could vote differently, right? But say the entire assembly, the entire state senate, and the governor's office all became Republican overnight. Do you really think these money laundering operations would stop? I think we should give it a try, but the likelihood of that happening is very small. And like the corruption is so widespread in the California government. It's like, what can we freaking do at this point? We're the ones that are paying for it, all of it. And it's obvious. Anytime you go anywhere, anything that you pay for is astronomical in price compared to everywhere else in the country. Our gas taxes, our income tax, everything. It's electricity, all of it. It's all paid for by tax dollars. And this isn't like the Federal Reserve printing money. This is California tax dollars that they're just stealing, straight up stealing from us and providing nothing in return. It's incredible. It's so frustrating.